Today, I would like to talk about riots in the US and in Hong Kong a few years ago. And watch the videos or watch the news about the riots in LA in the US. If we don't take sides easily, of course, every one of us will take sides. Okay. Before taking sides, whether you support the riots, thinking that it is a rightful protest, or you don't support, thinking that it is an illegal act from those illegal immigrants against the government. So before taking either of these sides, if you be objective enough to look from the facts that you have read or watched or known before, let's take an objective view of all those happened a few years ago in Hong Kong and few days ago, few weeks ago in LA, USA. Of course, when I think most of the people, they like stability. They support stability. So whenever they have seen some actions or some signs which cause the inconvenience, which seems to destroy the stability or the daily living status quo, many of these kind of people, they will be just against this kind of action, thinking that, oh, it is not rightful, it is not legal, it is not a right way, even for the citizen to react to the government's decision in such a way which affect the daily life, affect the community, affect the daily status quo, or even affect the safety, the stability of the people, of the government, of the country. Okay. And then some of them they can accept. Why they can accept? Because they are pretty sure that sometimes stability, or we call it stability, can mean suppression. Of course, it is stable when there is only one voice, right? And when the government is so authoritative that she dictates anything, dictates any thoughts, anyway, and then it is so-called ruling by law, by legislation, that, oh, the citizens should not do that, that people should not do that. If you did that, then you will be against the law, you will be prosecuted, you will become criminal, you'll be sentenced to prison or to any imprisonment. So what you have seen in Hong Kong just a few years ago, starting from 2019, you all know that pretty well that many people who take part in the protest in 2019, which is so-called riots by the Hong Kong government and Chinese government, it is named as riots, named as unlawful actions by those people involved. So that's why the government imprisoned most of them. Some of them, of course, have already fled. Some are still under the legal procedures, but they are already detained. Okay, some are already sentenced to maybe 10 years imprisonment. Okay, and then most of them actually have already been detained and imprisoned so far since 2019, before the sentence. So you can see that judging from your position in the government or your conception about that kind of activity, that kind of action, if you don't want any instability, if you don't want any voices from the people, any action from the people who feel so frustrated, or who feel that there's no way to voice out their opinion or to stop the government from doing anything. So the people think that, or the supporters think that this is the only way they can voice their opinion. So that's why they did that. But what's the way they are doing that, or how they did that? it is really the problem. Okay, no matter how right your action, your reason, no matter how right the reason behind your action, of course you should not harm any person. You should not use the situation to steal, to rob, or to harm anyone, or to destroy any property. Okay, that should be agreed upon by every people who trust the law, trust the order, and who are not a criminal, who are not against law and stability. Okay, so a few years ago, what happened in Hong Kong? Actually, it seems that it happened again in LA in the US, and then if you have watched the footage about what happened in 2019, just like what happened in the LA recently, maybe you find that they are exactly the same. It is the central government, the federal government, or the ruling government against the city. Just like Hong Kong government with the support of Chinese government against what happened in the city, which they took it as a crime. Okay, as a riot against the ruling authority. So just now happening in the LA also, the LA city mayor or the LA governor, they may also resist the central authority, the federal authority, or even some people in this city. They also joined the riots with the illegal immigrants to be against the federal government, the federal troops, the federal National Guard sent by the central government from Trump. Of course, why would they support the rioters? Of course, they don't think that they are rioters if they support them. I mean the citizen. If the citizens themselves support the rioters, of course they don't think that they are rioters. They think that they are only people living there, even though they are not a citizen, or even they entered the U.S. illegally. They should think that they have been in the U.S. and they have maybe some of them have been working and living quite well. Of course, some of them are illegal, some of them are criminals, some of them are even making crimes. But what they think is that, what those supporters are thinking is that no matter what, people have the right to protest, people have the right to voice, people have the right to come out together, to be against the government. And of course, they also think that the federal government has no right to send the troops to LA, to the city, to the state, to maintain the status quo. They think that it is the right of the city, of the state to do that. Okay, so you are not request to protect us. We have the right to protect ourselves. We know what is happening. We can have the power. We have the police force ourselves. We can carry out our own police force can maintain our own stability. We haven't requested you to come. You should not come. That is against the law, according to them. That is against the law, against the legislation in the U.S., against the Constitution in the U.S. But of course, for the federal government, they also claim that they have the right to do so. They are doing it according to the Constitution, because the central government has the right to protect any city, any state, if they are they are under criminal attack, or they cannot maintain their own status quo. So they have to come to protest, to support, to put back the city, the state into their normal status quo. So each side has their own strong point. Each side will claim their right to do so. Each side will be against the other side. So not only the government against the people, but also the central government against the city, the state itself. So seeing the current situation in LA, many Hong Kong people or many people in Hong Kong, in China, or in the US or in the world, if they pay attention to what has happened in Hong Kong in 2019 and in the recent years, they may be reminded that, oh, that kind of situation has happened in Hong Kong a few years ago too. It seems that we won't feel surprised to happen in the US because even not in the US, you always hear about there are shootings, there are instability in the US, many protests in the whole world. But before 2019, this kind of what we call riots or protests or instability has never happened in Hong Kong. So it is a great surprise to the Hong Kong people in 2019 that the whole city will turn out into such a situation that what you are now seeing in the LA. All right. Of course, even more serious than what happened in the UA, because maybe due to the federal government's action of enforcing the order, so the riots just happen for a few days. Okay, just be maintained for a few days, and then it seems that the federal government has been successful to stabilize the situation in LA just for a few days. But you all know that in Hong Kong it is not just for a few days. From 2019 to 2021 at least, this at least 3 years, actually nearly every day some things happen. Many people were arrested. Many court hearings about those involved. Many are imprisoned, and for these 2 to 3, and then even now you can still hear that those involved in these 2 years actions. I just call it action to be neutral. Some may call it as a riot, some may call it as a just protest, a democratic protest. Okay, let us just use some wordings that we don't take sides, or we don't we don't make anyone agitated, okay, angry for that. So let us just call it that kind of a movement, that kind of actions, that kinds of conflicts between the people and the government, not only the local Hong Kong government, but also the central government. Okay, so what you see in the UA seems happening in Hong Kong a few years ago, and then lasting for at least 2 to 3 years, and then not just some people were caught, but you can see some difference. Though we can see some footages in Hong Kong also about some burning, about some footages that some people are destroying something, or stealing something, or something like that. But those footages actually at that time we can hear that those footages, those actions are not done by the people who are really taking this movement to voice their opinion. They are taken by someone who really want people to believe that those people are riots, and then those things are done by the riots, just like what we have seen the routers in LA, that they have burned something, they have broken into some building to steal things. I don't know. I'm not sure whether these footages about those people stealing, breaking, burning, they are really done by the routers, or just like what happened in Hong Kong, what people have evidence that they might not be done by the people. They might be done by someone who just want to wrongly accuse the people. So before taking sides, before getting enough evidence, okay, maybe we just draw similarity and difference between two movement, let's just call it movement, two cases, okay, happening in the US and in Hong Kong. And then maybe you when you take sides, maybe you will be against those who affect their actions, affect the stability in Hong Kong. You will side with the government to make an action to suppress those people involved, so that to make an end to this movement as soon as possible, so that to maintain the normal order, okay, to put back the normal life, so that now this few years, no more movement, no more protest, no more riots in Hong Kong. So the government and the leader always claim that, now you see that Hong Kong is back to its stability. But when so many people were caught in prisons, so many have fled, so many are still under legal procedures. So you can make your own decision. And then now, the US case, I don't know how many people were arrested, were imprisoned, how many of them are local citizens, how many of them are really supporting the law, the democracy. They are not supporting illegal immigrants. Maybe they only support that no federal troop to send to the city to maintain the order. So any action behind, maybe there are some reasons. Whether these reasons are really justified, really lawful, or maybe just excuses, or maybe just some barbaric actions. We heard that they receive money. Those involved in it, they receive money to do that. Okay, so it is not a concession that, or the preconception that they should defend the city against the enforcement, against the police enforcement, the federal enforcement, to put back the order. They are really doing something just for money. So this also happened in Hong Kong when the government claimed that those people involved also get money. Of course, there are also evidences that those people they have never got any penny. They just come out because as citizens they just want to protect their life, protect their law from any central authoritative intervention. Of course, it really depends on which side you take, which stand you take. Okay, but we should, when we look at two cases, you should ask yourself some question. For example, if you are against those people who do something to protect their rights in Hong Kong against the police force, will you also support those people in the US to do something to protect their citizen rights against the central government? Or will you support one side, but you are against the other side. So when you yourself are involved, for example, if I am a citizen in the U.S., if my right is involved, then I want to come out, I want to voice, and so I want to even to do something to show that I am against the federal intervention, and I think that I'm right. But when you look at the cases in Hong Kong in 2019, maybe you are against, because you see those people, they affect the stability. Okay, so you can see that sometimes whether your standpoint is there is some subjective preconception behind the action you take, the conception, the concept you take. Okay, so it might be a preconception if you are too subjective, but if you support the case in 2019 in Hong Kong, but because you think that people have the right, but now you are against because you think that they affect the stability, they are not right, then there might be some preconception inside, all right? But there are also some differences in two cases. I will further to explain in my coming video. So let me talk more about the differences in this video. Actually, it's quite difficult to tell the differences when now there is no enough freedom in speech to speak something on the past and current issues in Hong Kong. You all know that even you are not in Hong Kong, you still don't find it safe, and then not only you yourself but your family, okay, also may face some prosecution, some wrong prosecution, or just because you are the family members of some dissidents, some opponents. Maybe they just voice the opinions online or on YouTube like me. Also, because you are not yet a citizen, so I think you also don't have the right to say that the federal government or the state government or the city government that they must be right or wrong. I think that I don't have the right to judge whether which one is right or which was wrong. But I just now in the previous two videos, I just want to raise the issues that be careful that we might have some preconception that our opinions, our actions might be not objective enough. We can be quite subjective. And also nowadays we can't really trust the media, the news from any media, because they are also not objective enough. They can be bribed, or they can be paid by some we don't know by some parties concerned to do this news for them in a subjective way. Also, nowadays situation can be so complicated that when we have some footages on someone doing some bad thing, actually we don't really know that whether they are real rioters or they are just paid by money, or whether they are real protesters, that they just want to voice their lawful opinions as a citizen or as a resident. So actually the situation cannot just be simply seen or as a group of illegal people fighting for their own right not to be deployed by ICU or by any government department. I think that the whole situation can be complicated, that some of them surely they are paid by money. Some of them surely they are just rioters. They want to make use of the instability. Or some of them they are just violent supporters, that they just want to use any violent action to do something against the government which they hate so much, or which they just want to make trouble to them, or some really some are really illegal immigrants that they don't want to be deported. They just want to be seen on the video on any news, and then they can get some support from other people. Oh, you see that how, and then sometimes they are interviewed, and then they will give their own opinions. Oh, you see that they are no way to do so. We are just living here. We just want a right to live here. We don't want to be deported, just like that. They will give reasons that the reason that nobody should take away. Okay, so if their rights are being violated, no matter by any people, by president, by government, by ICE, by national government, anyone. So we should come out. We should come out. And then here is the U.S. U.S. should have freedom to speak, freedom to protest. So we come out. Of course, when they come out, whether they come out really peacefully to voice their opinion, or they really come out just to take any violence to protect their own right, to voice their opinion, to let the whole world stand beside them, or to make use of it to get the support of those government opponents, so that they will be given some support. So maybe that's the only thing that they can do for those illegal immigrants, if they are really the majority of the rioters. Maybe this is really their only way to voice their opinion. Otherwise, they can only choose to be deported peacefully. Of course, most of them, you know that, especially in the U.S., most of them, the ICE want to deport. Most of them are really illegal criminals. Are really illegals who have really commit some crime before entering U.S. and even after entering U.S. So if we support the deportation issues, deportation policy of the central government, I think if I am a U.S. citizen, if I support the government, I support the government's border security issues, support the deportation of illegal immigrants, I think at least I won't come out to give those protesters, I won't give them support. And then if they really have burned something, or if they really have broken in some building and stolen something, of course I won't support them. I won't agree that they should do that because they want to get support, or they want to protect their own right to stay here, or they just don't want to be deported. So actually, if you are not a citizen, the government really has the right to deport you. But how about if you are a citizen? For example, the situation in Hong Kong. Okay, I think that maybe the U.S. people won't think about the Hong Kong situation in 2019 when they experience this current situation in LA. But those people who are in Hong Kong, or who has fled from Hong Kong, or who pay attention to what is happening in Hong Kong, or who support the Hong Kong movement in the past, I think they will think about the two situations, and then they will try to understand more, or then try to speak more, maybe for the issues in Hong Kong, or understand more about the issues in Hong Kong. If I am or you are a Hong Kong citizen, when you see some government laws who will take away your right, not the illegal immigrants' right. Now the situation in LA, actually it is the deportation policy. against the illegal immigrants or illegal criminals in Hong Kong, in the U.S. So even you are the citizen in LA or in the U.S., of course you have the right to support them. If you think that, oh, everyone has the right to live in the U.S., even the illegal, you can have that opinion, all right? But if you are the illegals, if you are not the citizen here, of course people have the right to deport you. You can say nothing, right? You can do nothing, okay? Unless they use some very violent way, brutal way to deport you. Otherwise, you don't have the right to refuse to be deported because you are not a citizen here. So what happened in Hong Kong? Actually, most of the people involved, no matter you call you rioters, no matter you call you protesters, most of them, over 99.99%, I believe, they are Hong Kong people. They are Hong Kong citizens. They were born in Hong Kong, or they were brought up in Hong Kong since a small kid or since a young adult. They have contributed a lot in Hong Kong for so many years to work here, to be a reporter, to be a media owner, or to be a professional, to be a lawyer, to be anyone in any profession, to enjoy the democracy, freedom, and stability in Hong Kong, and also contribute to it. Of course, some days when they find that this kind of freedom or this kind of citizenship right that they have been enjoying so long, they are free of any fear, okay? But now they believe that all those will be taken away, all those will be under threat, okay, if we don't come out to voice. Of course, when over 90% citizens come out to voice, come out to support, come out to show their disagreement, no matter you call it as a protest or you call it as a riot or violence, anything. Of course, this is different. What happened in 2019 in Hong Kong is different from what happening in the LA, when most of those people involved in 2019 to 2021, they are citizens. They are really citizens. Most of them are not immigrants from other places. Even they are immigrants, they have already been brought up since young, and then they have already contributed a lot in the society, and they have already become a successful person in the sector. So they won't destroy their stability. They won't just receive some money and then to destroy their own city. Will you do that if you are a citizen in that city? If you were born here, if you have been living here, and you were brought in this city, receiving education and contributing for so long, have your family for so long, enjoying the freedom of speech, enjoying the free from fear in that city. Will you do anything just for some money, or will you do anything just because of some violence in your mind that you want to destroy your own city? Actually not. Those illegal immigrants, especially if they are really paid by money, of course they will do that, because it is not their own city, it's not their hometown, and then they don't want to be deported because of course why they come here, surely they have a reason behind it. They want to be deported, right? But the situation in Hong Kong, they are not against deportation. Okay, they are all citizens. They are against any new law or new legislature that would take away their freedom, take away their democracy, take away their stability, take away their right of fear, their way of to be fear from any fear. That's the right that have been enjoyed so long by any Hong Kong citizen. So under such great threat to your whole culture, to your whole belief, to your whole civilization, to your whole to all those values that have been existing in your city for so long, enjoyed by all generations for so long, and then it is a main essence in your city's stability, development, and prosperity. of course you do anything to defend it. Of course, if you defend it by violence, by killing people, by hurting any people, of course that is still not correct. But whether those people involved in 2019 to 2021, whether they have really done something to brutally hurt people, to brutally harm any life, that is the question. That's the question that we really have to find out. We cannot just trust any press media, any news, or even any person, or even by our own sight. Okay, maybe you know that sometimes our eyes can deceive us because especially when you are not in physical location, you just watch some video, you know that there is editing, okay, and even you are there, maybe still there is some misleading behind that, you cannot be sure. So we really have to believe that no one holds the truth. Truth is in God's hand. We pray that God is the only righteous being, that he can really overseeing all things, and he will judge all things, even though nowadays that many people who are not treated righteously. They are righteous person, but they are not treated as a righteous person. They are treated as criminals. They are treated as terrorists. Okay, so we still believe that God's hand is in control. God is still overseeing. But of course, sometimes in this evil world, of course we will receive some suffering, some trials, some persecution. Especially we are still under the authoritative rule. In some countries, when we are under authoritative rule, that will be natural that we will receive that kind of prosecution, that kind of misleading judgment. Even in the U.S., that you should be under democracy, it should be under law and God's constitution. But you still can see that even the President Trump himself in this past running for presidency, you can still hear that so many corruption, so many ill treatment, so many fake things that involved or done by those people. So let us don't take sides so easily. But when we look at things, try to think about yourself, whether you take sides to support the case when you are not there, when it is not your own city, but you take sides to be against the same thing when you are involved, when you are in that city, or you are in that city, or when there is any reason that you are more subjectively involved. So think about whether you are subjective enough or objective enough, whether you take sides easily, just because you support someone or you disagree with someone. Okay, you support someone, so you support all of what he has done. You disagree with someone or some government, then you will be against of anything this person or this government is doing. So I think anything happen is a good chance for us to look at ourselves, not just to judge, to easily make judgment, or to easily disagree, or even to have some wild action, just thinking that in our preconception that we just are fight for something righteous, or even take yourself as the only righteous person. Okay, so may God bless the Hong Kong, may God bless the US, may God bless the world. If we pronounce in to be ill, what happens? It become this word. 我嘅 means my or mine. 你嘅 means your or yours. You know how to count from 1 to 10, but can you say Monday? Surely this earthquake come from God, and He knows that. He can just leave. Okay, now God saved. Do you want your opinion to be heard instead of ignored? Sometimes you find difficulties expressing yourself. It seems no one wants to listen to you or take your words seriously. This may affect your studies, work, relationship, and even psychological health. Have I ever come across difficulties expressing myself? Sure. But I never hold back from presenting my thoughts, because I take difficulties as challenges and force for strengthening myself. So never mind if you have difficulties expressing yourself, just keep learning, practicing, and talking. Never give up. Have you ever dreamed of being a keynote speaker? I'm not yet a famous keynote speaker, but I've been in the talking career for over 30 years, teaching, training, and preaching. I love expressing myself, inspiring others, and communicating with people. Why not start as a self-talk or monologue in the training, where you won't feel stressed to talk in front of the audience? Sharing your ideas can be an interflow with yourself or other people. It can be easy, relaxing, and fun. Let's come and talk or learn how to talk in a relaxing, effective, and inspiring way. Overcoming your defects in communicating, you will have a life full of self-respect, joy, fulfillment in your studying, working, relationship, and gain a successful career. Join my channel membership as my premier diehard fans to get a link for the private chat room for the training. You'll find the barcode for the membership of my channel in the thumbnail photo in the description under my video. So just scroll down when you see my video. Under the description, you'll find it. There are other exclusive member perks and more training for the membership. Link will be sent to you once you join and email me. And then you can find my email contact below. So see you. Hope that we can learn together, grow together, and talk together. Never mind. Just talk as you like, okay? Just express yourself, or you just want a listener. Let us talk and let us listen person to person with me, okay? If you don't want to join a group. So just let me know. Just join the membership. See you. Bye-bye. Dear all, I thank you so much that you would like to join my membership. Not only subscribe, next step is to join my YouTube channel as a supportive fans, premier fans, or diehard fans. There are different perks, different benefits for different levels. Just join any level of them. And of course, some levels will give you more privacy to exclusive access to my training, teaching, and all other services. I would like to see you to join any of these levels in my membership program. My services covers a lot of areas, including languages learning, personal growth, public speaking, and biblical services, teaching and counseling, even healing. I'm sure that any one of them will suit your particular need and will be in your...
好鍾意廣東話。
如 Jenny 老師真係有心教咗我，我而家就有多啲自信去同其他人講廣東話啦。
我好鍾意廣東話，我想學好廣東話，我想學識點同親人講廣東話。
Ms So reconnects me to my Chinese language and culture. Learning Chinese again has made me feel whole and complete as a Chinese person.
我鍾意廣東話。
你好啊，我係Eugenie，我嚟自香港，我已經有超過20年嘅教學工作經驗，我個學生包括小朋友、中學生同埋呢一個工作人士㗎。 我唔單止可以用廣東話同埋普通話，甚至英文嚟到教本地人士，亦都可以咧係同外籍人士交流，讓佢哋最熟悉嘅英文嚟到去教導佢哋中文、廣東話或者普通話㗎。如果你已經學識咗少少廣東話或者普通話，而想喺當中去進步，無論喺讀、講同埋寫新練都可以進步嘅話，都冇問題㗎。總之用你最舒服嘅、最熟悉嘅語言，用我最熟悉嘅廣東話、普通話同埋英文，我哋一齊嘅喺呢個平台上邊交流學習，無論係中文定英文，我都好希望能夠可以同大家見面、同大家交流。希望好快見到大家，拜拜。